Hello there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from SlimmandStylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have the very pleasant task of creating new team member cards. So the joining offer during celebration is just so good this year that people are joining quite often, and I have a card that I'm sending out to them when they join. I'm going to be using the It Starts With Art Cling Stamp set. This is from the annual catalogue, and it's perfect for this because I know the people who are joining are already crafty minded, because otherwise why would they join a craft company? So I'm going to be using this stamp set here. The next stamp set, which you probably won't recognise, is this one from Stampin' Up, which is Stamping Your Way to the Top. This isn't in any current catalogues because it's a demonstrator exclusive stamp set. So you can only purchase this stamp set from the demonstrator store, and it is for you as a demonstrator. You can't get it from any of the catalogues. But what I've done with this card, you could easily do, and you could use one of these sentiments if you wished. Or you could join and get this one and add the welcome to my team or any of the crafty bits that are on this one. So for this card I used Lovely Lipstick. I'm going to be using Pineapple Punch for the next one. So I've got my cardstock and my blends. I've also got my matte piece. So this one here is 9.5 centimetres by 13.8, 10 centimetres by 14.3. And I've also got some scrap pieces of Whisper White card as well, because these are fussy cut out. So I'm going to be using Memento, and I'm going to do this bit first because I've actually set that with the fine tip glue pen on top. So I want to get that done and drying. So I'm just going to use that there. I'm going to be fussy cutting these out. And the blend is that one. And I only want the blend of these. So just that one. So I didn't bother inking the whole stamp up because I knew I only wanted the one. Okay. I'm going to colour them in. Now when I coloured these in, I started off on this side with a dark. And then over the top with the light. To give it that sort of glistening shadow. And the exact same on the blend. So that's the side of the refill. I'm going to be sticking them next to each other. So that's the side of the blend that I'm going to want to get with a dark. So it looks like the light is falling on the right bit. And then over that with the light. Light smoky slate. And I'm doing all of this in the light smoky slate. And then down here I'm just going to do the side. In with the blender. This is the colour lifter, and you just want to use the brush tip and just keep dragging this grey over. Instead of trying to bleed the colour from the grey, you kind of want to spread it over the rest of the bottle, so that the label has a glow. Okay. Over this side, exactly the same down the bottom. Like that. And then I'm going to be using the dark smoky slate for the actual body of the pen. just to make it a bit darker. we go. So nothing too fancy. That is the colours of those done. I'm going to be using my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut out. So if you join during Celebration, the normal joining offer is you pay £99 for your starter kit. Anything you choose, by the way, you get a free business kit included in that, and you get £139 worth of products of your choice, which I think is very important to say, because I have not worked for but known other direct sales companies that when you join the starter kit, they send you their best selling items or what they think will sell. At Stampin' Up, you can choose that yourself, so you can tailor exactly what you want, whether you want to go for scrapbooking, whether you want to go stamping, whether you want the papers, so you can do paper crafts and 3D projects. Really up to you, that. So there we go, there's my little bottle. So cute. In addition, you get a stamp set of your choice from the annual catalogue or the mini catalogue. So you could choose a nice sort of £30 stamp set there. You could get any one free. You also get the new mini guillotine, which I've used on quite a few videos. It is really handy just to have. It's not handy if you want to be batch making, let's not lie about that. It's too small. But to have on your desk just to do your back in card trimming and different things like that is, I don't know how I coped without it before, to be honest. When I first got it, I thought, oh, take it or leave it. Now I've become quite reliant on it. And you also get a paper sampler. 6x6 paper sampler, a few different patterns from each of the ones in the catalogue. So it's quite a good joining offer, ahead of also being a member of the Stampin' Up community, which is great. I can tell you what else that entails, but I'm just going to get my liquid glue first. And I'm going to put the fine tip liquid glue over the top end of the blend. This is going to make it really 3D. You want to make sure that there's no bubbles in the glue. If there is, just use your paper piercer and you can just pop those like that. I won't hold it up to you because it will get my fingers messy, but I will hold it up to you when it's started to dry. Now you want to leave these for a bit of time. You definitely don't want to be touching them when they're wet because it's going to ruin the effect. Hopefully they're going to have dried by the time I finish the rest of the card. Fingers crossed. So yeah, when you join, you then get 20% off all of your other orders that you place. So it's a great little offer if you're crafty minded and you are normally purchasing from craft stores, different things. You can then get good discount from Stampin' Up and get it delivered to your door, so it's quite handy. Welcome to the team. I'm going to be stamping in Memento ink. I'm just going to stamp that at the top like that. I'm also going to keep the Memento ink out for the ribbon. This is the bit I'm worried about because I use a fine tip glue pen on the ribbon as well. I really want it to be dry for you so you can see the full effect. So with this one, I've used the Smoky Slate again, the light one, and I've gone around the edge of the spoils. And I've done exactly the same effect that I did here, and I've come across with a colour lifter and I've lifted the colour out of that side and dragged it. So it just creates a really light blended colour. So you know it's a different colour, but you're not really sure which colour. It's just got a different tint to the paper. I use this on snowmen during Christmas because snowmen aren't grey, but it just gives them a different colour to the background of the paper that's still really light. So I do quite like the effect of using the colour lifter and the light Smoky Slate. There we go. For the spools of ribbon, I've gone around the bottom like that, stuck to a side and gone around on the ribbon. I've done the dark at the bottom of that one and every other one on the striped ribbon. We don't have pineapple punch stripe ribbon. Wouldn't that be lovely? I do like pineapple punch. I think it's quite a bright, fun colour. So this is the light one. I'm just going over it now just to create that shading. I'm not blending. I'm literally just going over the bit that was still white. So there is a definite difference in colour between the two of them. This is the light petal pink. And I'm going to go around the outside of my stamp with this, just to give it some dimension. I bet you're going to be looking on this in the video thinking, what is she doing? You can't see that. And that's the idea. Even though you can't see it, I know it's there. And wait till I pull it up and show you exactly what it does. It just pops the image off the paper like that. It gives it a bit of a shadow, and it's done the same on this one, which I'm quite chuffed with. So now I'm going to be using my fine tip glue pen, and I'm only going over the ribbon. I'm not going over the spool, just the ribbon. And it gives it a really nice sort of embellishment 3D effect. What also looks nice, I haven't chosen to do it, but you can choose to do it, is if you put Winker's Stella underneath it, it gives it a glittery effect. It's kind of like using your crystal effects. It's that sort of idea. This is so fiddly. The fine tip glue has this very thin nozzle on it, and it has a pin in the lid, you know, to keep it all fluid. I can never get it back in straight away. There we go. I can fiddle around with that for ages. So I'm going to apply the snail to the base of my card rather than the back of this because the glue's on there. Normally I would wait for it to dry and then adhere it, but I don't want you to sit there for 10 minutes on the video waiting for it to dry. Okay. There we go. For the card base, I have some thick Whisper White. This is A4 card. I've cut it in half and scored it in half, so I'm just going to fold it over. And I'm just going to use my bone folder. I'm going to do exactly the same and apply the snail here rather to the base of this because of the glue. It is really difficult when you're using watercolours, glues, paints, or if you're doing the inks and the blenders and things, when you're trying to do a video to try and get it to fit in and be dry at the same time. So how are we doing over here? That's not quite dry yet, so I'm just going to use my heat tool, if I can find my heat tool. I know where I left it, I'm not sure it's plugged in. It's not typical. So out goes the air freshener. I have one of those oil burners that I absolutely love, and I have that on when I'm crafting. It smells lovely. I've got a summer one on at the moment. It's really nice. So I'm just going to use my heat tool to kind of dry the glue. that's worked, but hopefully it's just created it a bit tackier. Yep, that's worked okay. So I've got small dimensionals now. One. Two. I love that the dimensionals come in different sizes. It saves you having to cut them down, so that's quite handy. And I'm just going to stick this across the spool. I only need one dimensional on this, which is going to be on this corner, because it's going to sit over the top of the blend, like that. But so you can still see the heart. Do I take the base up? I took the backing off that. Oh, I have. It's because I'm trying to stick it onto the sticky glue. That it's a bit funny, so I'm just going to apply some glue to that, because the glue started to dry, but it hasn't actually dried yet. Oh, come on. So that's just going to stick over the top there like that. And that is my card for my new team members. Oh, it's not. I have the Noble Peacock rhinestones. So I use the pink at the top of there. I'm going to use the gold on this one. Almost forgot it. I'm going to use one of the big ones and two of the little ones to create sort of those Mickey Mouse ears, I like to call them, at the top. Oh. Can you tell which one of these Noble Peacock rhinestones has been my favourite colour to use? I am almost out of these. I have all of these ones left. I think I need to do some seaside spray cards. And there we go. What do you think? I quite like them. If you do want to know anything about joining, do drop me an email, slimandstylish@live.co.uk. I'd be happy to welcome you to my team or give you details about joining. For any future projects, do subscribe or head over to my blog at SlimmandStylish.com, where you can go up to the header and click buy to go to my online store and purchase any of these projects that you've seen today. I will see you all soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.